Good morning. I have my cup of joe. I have a few minutes still, so it's only 6:19. So if you don't mind, I will take this time to do the mathematics of these. You know what I do, right? So I have to go back to what their details I have. Give me 1 second, okay? Actually, give me a little bit more than a second. That that's not going to happen. I know Debbie had sent it to me, so the date of birth or whatever the names. I just need to go back and find the text. Oh, there we go. There we go. I have it. So we're looking for Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Brian Douglas Albert. Okay, so he's September 4th, 1968. Then who else are we doing today? I forgot their names. Bear with me, y'all. So Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and okay, Brian Higgins, Patrick Higgins. We do have his date of birth also, 23rd, 1972. And then Jennifer J, I don't know what J stands for, McCabe, February 14th, 1976. So just bear with me, okay? Hi Carla, hi everybody. Hello. Let me just enter their date of births over here and we get on with it. So I do apologize that I don't do it. Actually, I shouldn't. I mean, I never do it way ahead of time because I just want to be as authentic as possible. Do it like real time with you guys. So, could I do it ahead of time? Sure, but so let's go with Brian Albert. I'll do their quick charts. September 4th. I know this takes a little bit of time, but just bear with me, y'all. 1968. Oh, but we don't know where they were born. Oh, okay, never mind. So, never mind. I was going to do the astrology chart. Never mind. Hi, Carla. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Lucinda. So since I don't have their city and state of birth, which is not a big deal, we won't get even if... Don't send it to me now, Deb. It's okay. Hi, Jamie. So let us... where is that sheet of paper I had with my... Oh, never mind. I'm dropping everything right now. So hang on. Okay. 29191 5 2 3 2 Douglas excuse me. Okay, so Patrick Higgins. Jennifer. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, I'm almost done. Almost. 20, 21, 26. That's 8. So we have 10, 19, 20, 23, 5, 10, 20, 23, 24, 25, 7. So 2 September. 9, 13, plus 1, 5, that's 11, that's 19. Ooh, okay. So 18, 20, 21. That's 8, 10, plus 18 is 28. That's 4. Okay, so 9, 27, 27, 32, 39, 46, 46 is 10, so 9, 13, 13, 4. Okay, and here 10, that's 1, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16. Ooh, okay, all right. 15, 20, 30, 40, 46. 7, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9. Okay. 2, 7, 8. All right, done and done. Okay. So September 4th, I got it, y'all. Sorry about that. It just took me a second to calculate. Let me do this really quick. September 4th. So he's a Virgo. October 23rd. Scorpio. Well, technically Scorpio and Libra cusp. Then February 14th is Aquarius. All right, here we go. So first and foremost, let me say good morning. Thank you for being patient. I did my calculations. Hi Lucinda, hi Debbie, Amanda, Cece, Carla, Jamie. So it's crazy, isn't it, how this case is going on and on and on, never ending. So let's now, I do not, excuse me again with my sniffles. Yesterday I had a long drive. I mean, it wasn't a long drive, it was a drive and an hour and a half drive, and then spent some time there because I had some work, and then got back home. So I was outside a little bit in the open and lots of trees. It was beautiful. It's like a little bit of a hilltop. It's just fantastic. And with all the trees and all that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to start having some meditation. And sure enough, so Grandma Nancy says hello, hi. All right, let's start with Brian Albert, right? Let me get a visual of that fool. Before I go any further, let me just say this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. Now, whenever I spoke to I shouldn't say whenever. I have here and there put out a little bit, few blurbs, if you will, with regards to the certain members of this case, right? That is during my conversations with Debbie. I mean, just discussing. So I don't remember, like, she's very good at randomly calling me up, and I'm not upset with her, just so you know. Randomly call, what do you think of this? What do you think? And sometimes I end up channeling right then and there. So I've mentioned a few things here and there with regards to most of these people in this case. So Debbie will be able to add that if she remembers, because I certainly don't remember what the hell I said. So let's get on with it. Brian Albert Douglas. I have him as born on September 4th, 1968. So he's a Virgo. He has a second house and 10th house. Let's see what comes up over here. Okay, you Virgo. Y'all, seriously, Aquarius. You know who's an Aquarius? Jennifer McCabe is an Aquarius. And then Pisces. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Give me a second. I'm going to increase the height of my computer, okay? Just bear with me. Come on, buddy boy. There we go. So, there we go. Is that better? Or not? I don't know. So he's a Virgo. We got the Virgo card, Aquarius card, and Pisces. Now keep in mind, isn't what's her name, Karen Reed, a Pisces? I don't have a calculations now because maybe I do. Maybe I do have a calculations. No, this is not hers. This is some other stuff. So y'all will remember, I think she's a Pisces, and here we have Aquarius, who is Jennifer McCabe. So what are the odds that those cards would pop out? Y'all, cards don't lie, y'all, and y'all see me shuffle in front of y'all. See how they pop out, right? The connections and how it all works out and how it plays out. Isn't it amazing? Like, I'm always impressed. Yeah, I think she's a Pisces, if I'm not mistaken. So, memory serves me right. Then we have 15. Then we have the Hierophant. And then we have the Emperor. So, So if Brian is a Virgo, when we talk about the second house and 10th house, right? So second house is his accumulated wealth or earned wealth, his family. There, it's all about the possessions, his ability to earn, that sort of stuff. And 10th house is profession, reputation, morals, life goals, you know, authority, control. So if he's a Virgo, his second house is going to be Libra, and his 10th house is Gemini. So we will get to that point. Let's see. Come on, card, pop out of there. I'm missing a card. I am missing a card. Or not. Hang on. Am I missing a card? Yeah, no, I'm good. So how interesting. So let's take it from the top. We have the 10th house, and then, the Virgo itself, and then we have the Devil God pop up. Then we have Aquarius and the Hierophant. Then we have Pisces, and then we have the Emperor. So to me over here, I'm going to say he is most definitely this guy, Brian Albert. I think he's one of the principal characters in this, okay, in this whole drama. And also with the 15 showing up, in terms of making actions, his actions having such devastating effects. His actions have had effects that has completely transformed a particular situation, okay, and brought it to its knees or brought it to its end or caused its demise. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, and allegedly, these are my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. Okay, so let's get on with these cards and see what pops up. Very interesting. We have the Queen of Wands. He's definitely taking instructions from somebody. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Strength card. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Can I move my cards around a little? Ooh, my coffee turned out good today. I should have made an extra cup, but here we are. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at how many people are popping up. Queen of Swords. Oh my goodness, so many people. Ace of Pentacles. The World card. And then the Hermit card. How many people are showing up over here? Isn't that crazy? So I'm going to say Brian Albert, he is definitely taking direction from a particular individual. So, or in, well, I can very easily say he's in cahoots with somebody. Hi, Tay, hello. But considering how many key characters there are, it gets a little confusing. You know how the hierarchy is, but this guy definitely does take direction, does take, am I going to say he's taking orders from somebody else? No, but he does take direction from somebody else. He is definitely in a situation where he is, it's very easy to coerce him, tell him what to do, how to do, and it is coming from a female. So some sort of a controlled situation going on there. Then you have a Seven of Swords, right? So there is always a thought in his mind of I can just walk away from this anytime I want. I can walk away from this anytime I want. But that's a false sense of security there, right? He cannot, because he's so far in at the moment, he can't walk away from this situation. Now, this sort of a manipulation, this sort of a behind-the-scenes management or lack of a better term, mindfuck, if you will, has been going on for some time. And he's always been aware of the fact that, you know, it's a risky game, but he's like, fine, fuck, I can play this game. Because Seven of Swords, and then he has the Seven of Pentacles, that's fine. Even though there's a great element of risk and betrayal and all the yada yada, I'm still going to keep working at it. I'm still going to play, because there are so many choices I have. So, I know at the end of the day, I mean, it's going to take a long time for me to accomplish my goal, but I know at the end of the day, I am going to be successful, and the goal being, in this case, pinning it on somebody else, right? So, he is very well aware of that. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles here again. So, you have two, a Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. There's one more female over here who is choosing to remain behind the scenes at the moment, okay? So, is this somebody who you would consider to be his wife? Could be. and there is a opposition. There is a little bit of a struggle of power between these two people, these two females. One of them is definitely his wife, the other one is not. So I had mentioned this way back when, that they look, y'all, again, these honestly, all this I've said this many a time, your a person's sexual orientation, religious beliefs, political leanings, all that is whatever makes you happy, right? Fine, whatever. But I would not be surprised if these people are part of a group where, they are openly, within the group, there is a lot of, I have to put it as delicately as possible. You know what the word is. Exchanging partners on a temporary basis. Let's put it that way. So there is that going on for here for sure. So then, in considering that, there is this kind of a constant push and pull. Hi Marisol, there's constantly a little bit of push and pull over. Hi Ellen. So am I surprised? No. Then we have Aquarius, and then we have the Hierophant. Now Jennifer McCabe is an Aquarius. She's born on February 14, 1976. And then we have the Hierophant. I am going to go so far as to say that I would not be surprised if Jennifer, and we haven't even started her reading, if she is kind of sort of central to this whole thing, and she is, well, we know she is, real friendly with each other. So, very feigns to have a lot of political connections or government connections, or whether she is she pretends or she genuinely does, right? But here in the middle we have Aquarius, and then we have the Hierophant. Now remember, I said the 2nd and 10th house, right? So if he's a Virgo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aquarius is the 6th house. So what does the 6th house say? 6th house talks about friends and enemies. It talks about health and disease. It talks about what's the word? Doctoring, fabrication as well, right? So wouldn't be surprised if this guy, this Brian Douglas Albert, has been for a while behind the scenes doing things that are not necessarily up and transparent tasks for certain government people or certain government agencies. Let's put it that way. Then he has the 8 of Pentacles, and then he's got the 5 of Swords. He is working for this, you want to call it a Kabbalah, you want to call it a small group of people who are, all part of the government, whatever agencies, the police, the justice system, whatever, all working together. This fellow is definitely working for them, absolutely working for them. But he has a 5 of Swords also right next to it. So 5 of Swords says, yes, there is abuse of power, there is abuse, taking advantage of relationships, and you have the Queen of Swords here and Ace of Pentacles. See, it's very interesting that he has and Aquarius is an air card, remember. So doing work for certain government agencies, for certain government departments, knowing very well there's a whole bunch of drama, knowing very well it can be contentious, but there's a abuse of power, there's a use of violence and abusiveness to control, manipulate situations, and you have the Queen of Swords. So this is telling me he also has the support of the justice system, the judiciary, somebody who is high up in the court, behind the scenes advising, or he might have been associated with and communicated with on a familiarity with this particular person. So there is a lot of conversations that has happened behind the scenes. And look, there's also an exchange of money. This is, everybody and the puppy dog knows that this whole case is like, talks about corruption at another level, right? So if it's corruption at another level, absolutely money has exchanged, favors have been done, favors have been received. This whole, it's a given, it's a understood, it's so blatantly obvious, and yet this group of people have reached a stage where they are like, oh well, what are they going to do? We got everything covered, we got everybody, he's on the take, she's on the take, we have something on that one, we have something on this one, so we're covered, we'll be fine, don't worry about it. So that sense of confidence that they will be fine is what they're sitting on. And then we end up having Pisces and the Emperor card. So if he's a Virgo, Pisces is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th house, right? So if Pisces is the 7th house, what is the 7th house? 7th house talks about partnerships, relationships, contracts, your significant other, your success or failure in partnerships, that sort of a stuff. And the Emperor card is sitting over there. Emperor card is ruled by Mars. It's an Aries card and it's ruled by Mars. So when his relationship with somebody who is giving the shots, who's not giving the shots, who's calling the shots, who is manipulating things behind the scenes, is very much over there. He has a contract, he has a partnership. The level of corruption. So remember we all watched the level of corruption in the Alec Murdoch case. This is way deep than that. I mean, these people are like freaking psychos, man. I mean, it's like blatantly obvious how much the level of corruption is. And then you have the Strength card followed by the Ten of Pentacles, okay, followed by the World card, and then followed by the Hermit card. Now, there is a bit of a power struggle over here for pole position. Think about, Formula One rally, right? How they keep changing pole position, right? So, not pole dancing, Formula One, okay. I know you ladies can get very naughty here. But who knows, they might be having pole dancing going on when they have their little getaways. I mean, if they are the kind who like to share their significant others with others, this could be part of it too. So, and honestly, I don't give a flip. I mean, if that's their thing, whatever, let them do it. And I don't think that's illegal either, right? As long as it's consenting adults, so who gives a flip about it? There is, the Strength card. Let's go back to the Strength card. The Strength card is Leo, right? And it talks about having the courage, having the power, having the fearlessness to be able to tackle, to be able to go for, to be able to manage. Now, if that's Leo, he's a Virgo. And Leo is somebody just banged the door upstairs. Leo is his 12th house. And what is the 12th house? 12th house talks about karmas, institutions, incarcerations. And look, we have the World card too. So at some point in time, I'm going to go so far as to say that Brian Douglas Albert is his middle name, is going to be incarcerated. Absolutely he will. Now, how long and for what? Honestly, irrelevant. He is going to be incarcerated. Then you end up, after that you have the Hermit card. So Hermit card is what? Hermit is a Virgo card, right? So he's got withdrawing. He does have all the elements over here where there's a very high likelihood that something could be pinned on him, or they might have behind the scenes things saying, hey, just take the fall for this, we'll get you out, don't worry about it. And he would be incarcerated. Look at it, he also has the World card. It's his 12th house here, and then he has a World card over here going on. It's ridiculous. It's so blatantly obvious. He is playing a game of chess. He is messing around. It's a gamble, and he's not going to win. So, Brian Douglas Albert, for something or the other, I cannot tell you the severity, the extent, what the sentence is going to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets anywhere like, wait, let me see, 10 to 11 years, 9, 10 or 11 years, or 9, 10 or 11 months. That's basically what's going to happen. And keep in mind, if he's a Virgo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7th house is Pisces, and Saturn is in Pisces, sitting there in Pisces right now. I don't know what this guy's moon sign is. I wish I could have found that out, but that's okay. So if Saturn is sitting on his relationship sector, which is the 7th house, his relationships, oh my God, his relationships are all going to come into question. Not only his relationship with not only his relationship with his significant other, anybody who has a relationship or a contractual relationship, or that sort of a thing, it's all going to come up, and it's all going to be scrutinized, and some of them are going to be just like dissolved, like just gone because of his idiocy. And here you have the 3 of Cups. We'll take one more, and then we have the 10 of Cups. Excuse me. And then we have the Hierophant. Look, this is just crazy. So 3 of Cups, yes, it talks about groups of people that you associate with, celebrations. There we go again, y'all. Yesterday, because I went out and came, my sinuses have been acting up. Y'all, these allergies are freaking killing me. And you'd think with all the medication I'm taking, and the fact that I've even been prescribed some steroids for my whatever, my health is, whatever, that I'm going through, you'd think that would help. It doesn't. Anyway, so he's got the 3 of Cups and he's got the 10 of Cups followed by the Hierophant. So he's clearly in cahoots with some sort of government agency, so people in the government agency. So he may be feeling that, oh my God, don't worry about it, the government agencies are going to back me up, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so. The Hierophant, who's the Hierophant? Oh, Hierophant is Taurus and he's a Virgo, so 12, 11, 10, 9. 9th house is Taurus for him. So 9th house talks about new beginnings, conclusions, publishing, discovery, law, his brothers, fortune, all those kind of things. I truly think this guy is going to think he's probably thinking he's going to get away with it, and I have people supporting me, I'm going to be fine. But I doubt it, because I have a feeling he's going to be incarcerated. Temperance. And then we have the Page of Swords. Look, this guy is definitely going to be incarcerated. And then the Hangman. But here's the thing. So there is going to be a bit of a bargaining going on over here. And what is that bargaining? At some point in time, there is going to be, I will give you this information for that. I don't know what the legal term for that is. They, like, you buy a lesser sentence or something. I don't know whether, legally speaking, I'm so sorry, y'all. My allergies kill me. I know it's annoying when I'm constantly wiping my nose and clearing my throat, but I can't help it. I sincerely apologize. I know a lot of people find it irritating. Sorry, y'all. So there is going to be a little bit of a bargaining thing going on over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, Temperance is a Sagittarius card. Sagittarius is his 4,000. 4,000 is regards to your home, right? So there is going to be bargaining. There is going to be a little bit of negotiation. Hey, come on, man, help me out over here. And then you have the Page of Swords, a lot of talk, a lot of scrutiny. And then you end up with the Hangman. Hangman says, the inability to... Hangman says, there is risk-taking and new beginnings, and then it talks about change. But then again, Hangman says that you're stuck in a situation where, times are ticking and nothing is moving on. So I feel he's going to be stuck in a situation where nothing's going to be moving for him, But at the end of the day, regardless of, the world card popping up over there, is just classic over there. Things coming full circle, he's going to have to pay the price. And even though the people who he's connected with said, don't worry about it, man, we'll get you out. Just go and serve a year or two and let all the drama and hangama and all the noise about this case die down, and then we'll get you out. The problem is, it's not going to happen in 2 years. It's almost like, well, whatever, right? You're in now, so well. So he's going to see some betrayal from certain people around him. So, very interesting. Okay, let's move on. Carolyn Dorsey says, I think he lands on anything that moves. I'm so sorry. Ooh, my throat's gotten so scratchy. All right, let's move on. So remember when I pulled the cards for him, we got the Virgo, and then we got Aquarius card like these. You remember? I got these 3 cards. So keep this in mind, okay? There will be. You want to bet there will be a there will be a common thread running through over here. Where did it go? Remember these 3 cards popped up? The Virgo card for him, Aquarius and Pisces. So he's a Virgo, Brian Douglas Albert. Pisces is, what's her name, Karen Reed, and Jennifer McCabe is an Aquarius. So there is a connection there, right? So next we look at Brian Patrick Higgins. So I have his date of birth as October 23rd, 1972. He has a 4th house and 7th house. So he's a Scorpio. For the Scorpio, 4th house, 1, 2, 3, 4th house is Aquarius. Oh my God. Can you believe it? So for Brian Patrick Higgins, this fool, let me get a visual of him. Sorry, Mom, not you. Brian Patrick Higgins. Okay, so 4th house and 7th house. What is the 4th house? 4th house talks about your home, it talks about emotions, it talks about affairs at the end of life, it talks about your fundamental need, family roots, that sort of thing, all the effort you put in. And 7th house is, we're back to partnerships. You see the common thread over here, like for everybody, partnerships, one way or the other, associations, partnerships, right? So, see, a partnership is whenever there are 2 people, 2 energies, 2 entities, 2 thought process also that have a back and forth, right? So there's a give and take. So whenever there's a give and take, it is a partnership, right? So if he's a Scorpio, his 4th house is 1, 2, 3, 4th house is Aquarius, and 5, 6, 7th house is Taurus. So let's take a look at this fool and see. You want to bet, y'all, these cards are like, you want to bet we're going to see some interesting oh, they're all in this together. Wait, so Carolyn says, cut up an onion, put it in a jar, cover it with honey and put a lid on the jar. Let it sit for a few hours and makes homemade cough syrup plus natural. Oh, I have never tried that. And you know what? I have onions and I have honey, so I think I can do. And I have a glass jar, so I think I can try it. Thank you for sharing that, Carolyn. I'm going to try. And I have Jordan's disease. That's another autoimmune thing that they have diagnosed me with, along with rheumatoid arthritis. So my mouth and my throat are always dry. My eyes are dry, itchy eyes. So yeah, I'm going to have to try it. Seriously, I'm going to have to try it. Thanks for sharing that, Carolyn. See, this is what I love, people sharing little bits of, information like this, which is all natural. And of course, try at your own risk, right? We get it. We need to put that out. But I will say though, y'all, I will say though, not everything that is natural is safe for humans, and not all chemicals are bad. Remember that always, okay? We have Cancer pop up. So Brian Patrick Higgins. We have Taurus pop up. Oh my God. And then we have Leo pop up. Oh, what did I say? His 7th house is Taurus, right? Because he's a Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house. His 7th house is Taurus, and Taurus card came up here. Oh my God. Scorpio is his sister sign, so 12, 11, 10, 9. Cards don't lie, y'all. We have the Death card here. We have the Chariot card over here. And then we have the Moon card over here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Excuse me. Very interesting. Let me just get out the cards for him, and then we will lay them out and see what's going on over here for this fool. In my opinion, the people who were directly responsible for this young man's demise is Brian Douglas Albert, Brian Patrick Higgins, Jennifer McCabe, and Colin Albert. Colin Albert, I do believe, might have been there for the initial tussle, you know, the initial physical tussle with the gentleman who passed, but I feel like he left the area soon. And I remember telling Deb that, right, Debbie, you remember? I don't think he was there till the end. They got him out of there pretty fast to protect him more than anything else. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Hermit card. We have the Ten of Swords, okay? Then we have the Hangman. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Then we have the Eight of Swords. We have the King of Wands. So many people in this. Then we have the Seven of Swords. This card came up. The Hermit card came out earlier. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Then we have the Two of Swords. And then Page of Swords also came out the last time. So, so if he's a Scorpio, one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house. 9th house is, which is sister sign. And he has 13. See, he has Cancer and he has 13. 13th is a Scorpio card, the Death card. And Death card is a Scorpio card and talks about change and rebirth and all. And the 9th house, new beginnings, conclusions, etc. So, he is desperately trying to eliminate his involvement, and because he is entangled in this by default. He has, I don't know if he is a policeman himself or if he's a detective or if he's a government agent, but he has got some connection with the, done some work for them, okay? So Debbie says, I can't believe how this many people are able to keep a secret of what happened. I hope someone flips. Okay. But you also have, okay, so for him, you have the Two of Cups, you have Ace of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords, and then you have the King of Wands. For Brian Patrick Higgins, it's all about being drawn in by his great need or want to, I'm going to say it, couple with or partner with a specific, oh, Debbie says he's an ATF agent, there you go. Couple with a partner with a specific individual, like he's all about this individual, he's all over this individual. He in his head thinks that that individual is more his partner, more his spouse, more his love interest, etc., etc. And is very emotionally invested in that relationship with that individual. He's kind of also lost his head, like he's so vested in that relationship that he can't think straight. He can't think with his head, he can think with the other head, if you know what I mean. And then you have the King of Wands. There is this false sense of bravado in him where he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I can fix anything. I can do this. I mean, look at my position in life. Look at where I am. I know this, I know that, I know that person, I know this person. False sense of bravado. But moving on, the story changes. Here we have Taurus, right? If he's a Scorpio, Taurus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house for him. And you have the Chariot card, which is Cancer, right? So 12, 11, 10, 9th house. So his long-term relationship, right? His long-term relationship with his spouse, if he has a spouse, is completely shot to shit because if he has a spouse or girlfriend or whatever, she's like, I want to distance myself from you as much as I possibly can because I didn't know your level of involvement with this other woman is so deep. So there is a great need over here, and again the Hermit card is Virgo, right? There's a great need for him to want to hide from the stresses, hide from the reality of his situation and try to minimize the effect. And then you have that followed by the Seven of Swords, and Seven of Swords is talking about he wants to hide, he wants to control the narrative and say, look, here's the thing, this is not really what happens. Very good at wanting to control the narrative, but the problem is you may have had an opportunity to control the narrative, you may still be trying to control the narrative because of who you are, who you're associated with in that little city or state. And it could be a temporary wish fulfillment for you, that you may feel like you have a fix on it and a handle on it and don't worry, everything is going to be fine, but it's not going to be fine, because for this guy the betrayal is going to come from inside. So betrayal could come from his spouse if he is actually married, or his significant other. So remember, these are the people who are all into hey, let's I know you are with that person, but you know what we said earlier. Exchanging mates on a temporary basis, right? So again, let me just throw it out there, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. So after that we have the Leo card and the Moon card. Now if he's a Scorpio, Leo is 12, 11, 10th house, and then the Moon card on the 10th house. What is the 10th house? 10th house does talk about your profession, your reputation, right? So, and the Moon card sitting on that is saying, yeah, your reputation, you always had a reputation, right? Your reputation was that you are a shady character. The Moon card sitting on top of that, it's like you never had a good reputation. People always knew there was something amiss about you, but you didn't give a flying fiddlestick about it. Because you're like the hangman over here. It's like, whatever, like you could have your opinion about me, I don't care. I honestly don't care, right? So he has a hangman, you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. So with the hangman is Neptune, right? Now here's the thing. Can the Scorpio person withstand the energy of Neptune? Yeah, because Scorpio is a very deep sign, right? But Neptune is also significant of confusion, illusion, and dreams. So there's a lot over here that has been purposefully like smoke screen, we know clearly. But truth be told, he himself doesn't have like he is not that high up in the ladder, if you will, that he may think he is. In terms of this basically this organization of goons, right? And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to say there are things that are going to keep coming up over here. It's a matter of time before the Hangman, right, becomes free and is able to walk about. Seriously, it's just a matter of time. Then you have the Two of Swords, followed by the Page of Swords. Is there a chance he may take a plea deal at some point in time if it turns out to be a civil case? I don't know how it works, right? Say, all right, but, fine, I give up, whatever. Two of Swords, it talks about you have to compromise or make a decision. This fellow's hand is going to be forced to make a decision, because with the Page of Swords being over here, everybody knows what really happened. Everybody knows. So for some reason, I feel Brian Higgins is going to step up to the plate at some point in time and say, fine, I give in. So somebody was talking about flipping. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who actually flips or lets out something that could be pivotal in this case. Okay? Because let me tell you, Jennifer McCabe is not going to flip. She is ugly. She's an ugly person. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Jeez. And the Devil card. Yeah, this fellow is going to be caught between, these very strong, very controlling energies. And with the Devil card popping up over there, he's going to be like, I'm going to let go of trying to manipulate, trying to control the narrative, and okay, I'm ready to talk. So if of everybody, I think thus far, I think he's the one who is most likely going to squeal. Oh baby, I want to hear them squeal. Yeah, it's like, put away these rat bastards. Because that's what they are, right? All right, now let's go to this. Oh, I don't even want to read about her. Y'all, I looked at a picture and full disclosure, I have seen a clip of her where she was being cross-examined in court. The way her mouth and her jaw, I mean, she's just evil. Look at this. Look at her. She's sitting there thinking, oh, nobody can touch me. I'm going to be fine. Oh, girl. Here's something else. All right. So, Jennifer McCabe. So, I have a date of birth is February 14, 1976. So, she is in Aquarius. She's got the 10,000 third house. Let me get the cards out and we'll see. Pisces. Earth element, Pluto, okay. Oh, the birds are out already. It's still dark and the birds are out already. What the heck? Oh, it's only 5:43 a.m. Carolyn Dorsey says, if yeast infection had a face, it would be Jen. Oh my God. We have the Sun card. Oh, she's protecting her child. Then we have the Star card. Then we have the Emperor. Look, wait. Does she have a child? Does Jennifer? Why is she protecting a child? Hang on one second. Let me go back to the does Jennifer McCabe have a child. It's either she's protecting her child or she's protecting her I want to say child. Why is she protecting a child over here though? Why is she protecting a child? How is a child involved in this? What's going on over here? Why is she protecting a child? Her child or a child? Let me see if the fifth house pops up. Fifth house is significant of children, so let me see. So if she's an Aquarius, we have her third house and 10th house. So Aquarius third house onto third house is Aries. We have the Emperor card house. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th house is Scorpio. So third house is immediate environment, communications, etc., etc. 10th house is profession, reputation, morals, life goals, all that good stuff. So here, if she's her second house, what is her second house? Pisces is a second house. Her family. Her family and her family relationships, intra-relationships are in the spotlight. See, but she's also protecting her child. See, here's the thing. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, and the Sun card is obviously the Sun. So, wait, do we not have Jupiter? Jupiter is in Gemini at the moment. When is he going into the, okay. For some reason, she's protecting a child. Let's move on. Then she has the Earth card and she has the Star card. So, Earth card, here we have 8. Being very, very stubborn, being very, the longevity, the stability, the established like deep set, the roots are deeply set, okay? Will, secrets, also illusions, resources, material matters, sexual energy, and here you have the Star card over there, and she is an Aquarius, so she is very deeply involved in this. Her involvement in this case is way more than what people realize. Her involvement in this case is way more than what people realize. Y'all, there is no jokes about it. She could be the conductor of the orchestra. Then we have Pluto sitting on the Emperor card. Pluto, what is Pluto? Regeneration. And the Emperor card talks about somebody who has the power to make decisions, right? So why is there, so I wonder if there is an attempt at snatching away power from somebody else because they're like, you're fucking up, you should have let me handle this, we would have never come to this. I mean, what is wrong with you? What did you eat for breakfast? A bowl of stupid? She'll talk like that. So she's trying to wrestle power away and decision away from somebody else because she feels that whoever this person is the one who dropped the ball, and that's why they are sitting in the courtroom. Being cross-examined and having a microscope up there behind. So she's holding somebody else responsible for it. But here, let's get on with it. She is slick. This woman is very slick. Very, very slick. Oh, God. Let me shuffle it like this. She is so confident. Like, she comes across as being super duper confident. She comes across as like, I got this. This is all child's play. Very confident, overconfident. So her nephew is Colin Albert, and then she goes, wait, Allie McCabe, you have her info. I'll do those young people another time. Got Colin out of the house. Oh, okay. See, the Hermit card has popped out for everyone. So they're all sitting a little. So here we go. The Hermit, the Chariot, correct? The Seven of Cups, the Star card. Whoa, girlfriend, she is sitting pretty, this chick. And then the Knight of Cups, she is going to get somebody else to take the fall for her, y'all. And the Fool card, she is going to get somebody else to take the fall for her. She's too smart, she's too slick. What is the name of that husband and wife couple who ended up killing her mentally challenged son and daughter, and they were caught in Hawaii? Vallow, Lori Vallow. This Jennifer McCabe is in that same category as Lori Vallow. Two of Swords, this card's come out quite a bit. Then you have Six of Pentacles. Then you have Page of Cups. Yeah, see, she's protecting her child. And then you have the Hierophant. Hierophants come out a bit. Then you have Ten of Wands, very burdened. And the Seven of Wands. Oh God, these allergies of mine, I can't. So with the Hermit card and the Chariot card, why? Oh, it's almost like she's withdrawing. Okay, she's withdrawing so that she can go back to the drawing board and come back out with a better, more balanced approach to this case. So I would not be surprised if she is, with the Hermit card over here, she's quite kind of stressed. I wouldn't be surprised if she is going to ask for another counsel. But then again, she's super duper stressed about protecting this child. Why though? So if she's in Aquarius 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. Give and take. Yeah, she is very, very, very concerned about this, protecting this child. And then you have the Two of Swords, weighing the pros and cons to make a quick decision, right? Two of Swords is all about, like, you have to hurry up and compromise or make a decision. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is give and take, a bargaining tool. So why though? Who is this child? I will read for all the other. This series is not over. I will read for the other people too. So that's where her biological child will pop up. Then moving on, her helping her. See, the Star cards popped up twice here. She's got the Seven of Cups, she's got the Star card, she's got the Page of Cups and the Hierophant. So she's sitting here pretty thinking like, I got this, I am, even though she may feel she wants a different counsel, she's sitting very confidently saying that, I see this chick is going to pin it on somebody else, y'all. At the end of it all, she's going to say, well, I was forced into this, I didn't know, I was so blinded by my love and this and that and all that bullshit. She's one of those who's definitely going to pin it on somebody else and get away with it. So even if she does get away with it, it's not going to be for, I mean, even if she does get to be imprisoned, it won't be like for murder or accessory to murder, or maybe it'll be accessory to murder or hindering investigation or tampering with evidence. Something small like that. It's not small, I know, but do you know what I'm saying? Something like that, a smaller, lesser charge, a charge which carries lesser severity or whatever sentence. She's going to be charged with that and she's going to get away from that. And here you go with the Hierophant again. She also, I feel, is going to compromise and she's going to start talking with at some point in time. And the Page of Cups, here we go again with this page. So she's emotionally, what's the word? Tied to or smitten to this child. She's going to do her very best to get this child, safeguard this child. She's going to slither away. I mean, I will be super duper surprised if she actually gets the harshest sentence. I don't think she will get, if they all go down, that is. Then we have the Knight of Cups, the Fool card, the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So Knight of Cups here again is offering an offer is going to be made for new beginnings, risk taking. And then you have the 10 of Wands. She's very, very burdened by that. And then she has a 7 of Wands. What is the 7 of Wands? 7 of Wands is self-defense, protect oneself against competition. It's clear as day. She will not have a problem throwing somebody under the bus just to save her own skin. And she knows that time is coming now. So, maybe, what's that other guy's name I said who will be the squealer? But this one will happily throw somebody else under the bus just to get, and even these people, they play dirty. It's like, oh shit. Oh, come on, buddy boy. Hang on, y'all. Let me grab this. Come here. So even the courts, they also sometimes are forced to play dirty. We know that. They'll be like, hey, negotiation, right? So they'll be like, hey, give us a little something. We almost have him, he'll go down, we'll cut you some slack, with negotiations. She will do it. She will do it on a heartbeat. And here's the thing. She is going to give them information not only about how this, I want to say a sting operation type of thing, a group of people who form a sting team and how they go about doing all these crackdowns. She's going to be giving them information about how far reaching how much of real estate they've covered in terms of how much territory these people operate under. And that's going to start rolling the ball in terms of cases being brought up in other jurisdictions. Do you get it? And she's doing this to save her ass. Because we all know she's a selfish, she is a nasty individual. She's ugly. She's an ugly human being. I don't like her one bit. Oh, she is ready to negotiate, y'all. She is working on a plan. She's struggling with, is this the right time to take that decision? Is it the right time to take that decision? Yeah, that's all I got for her. Y'all, look, here's the thing. If y'all were expecting me to say that these people are guilty, well, you don't need me to say it. Anybody and their puppy dog and the puppy dog stick sitting behind the ear knows that these people are guilty as heck, right? That Karen Reed did not kill that young man, right? So it's a known fact. All this is lost in the mix of it. It's like, the irony of it all is the fact that, in spite of it being common knowledge and they're still getting away, why is this even in trial? But I will say at the end of it all, are certain individuals going to go down for this case besides Karen Reed? Yes. So, that's all I want, right? But I hope to God Karen Reed turns around and files a civil lawsuit against all these fuckers and takes them all to court and wipes them clean because, drag their faces through the sewer because she deserves to get every single penny she can out of these fuckers. And I hope she wins. I truly hope she wins. So, let me just do Jennifer McCabe, y'all. She is something. She's a piece of work. I will tell you again, this is for entertainment purposes only, and these are my observations and my opinions, and these are allegedlys. She comes across as being a kingpin. Literally, she does. She comes across, again, these are my observations and my opinions and allegedlys, and this is for entertainment purposes, like a madam, like the queen bee. She is a piece of work. That face, One more thing I wanted to say. I don't know who this individual is. Debbie, do you remember which one I said they've separated? Remember that day we had that conversation and I said, I don't know whether it is Brian Higgins or Brian Albert. One of them has separated from the wife. Do you remember which one I mentioned? Julie Albert. Yeah. She is freaking out. She is super duper fragile. She is like, I'm about to lose my shit. Y'all better fix this. What a mess you got into. This is not what I signed up for. I thought this is going to be just a fun thing. And look at this now. And she's like freaking flipping out. And then Jennifer McCabe is like, shut your mouth, you whiny little bitch. You know, that sort of a stuff. So yeah, Brian Albert's wife. So it's unbelievable. Let me get an overall energy reading for this case. Whew. Yeah, she's Chris Albert's wife. Yeah, I remember that. Oh my God, y'all. I am. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to get this big file and wave its heart. I shouldn't be using that's a medical file. I should. Oh. All right. Hi Jess, yeah, I'm going to do a reading on, like, there are groups of people, right? So I've done this series. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, just so I don't get confused, and it'll all kind of so the next group is going to be Colin Albert, Sarah Levinson, Matthew McCabe, and Nicole A. Albert, and Kerry A. Roberts, I think. We'll do them in groups, okay? Break them up. Otherwise, it gets too much for me and the energies get all weird out here. So I don't want that. That's why I try to limit to 3 or 4 people. Tell me what I need to know about this case. Where are we at as far as this case is concerned? The Sun card. Something positive is going to come out of this case right now in the next few days. We have the Emperor card and we have the Star card. Something positive. I do believe, see, for her, for Karen, the Emperor is an Aries card. Aries is the second house. Ooh. And what is the second house? Her bonds. She's going to have some help from some unexpected source also. The focus in the spotlight is on the person who's making a decision. Could be the judge. And then you have some sort of a help. So the judge, I do believe now, is going to start having a little bit more of an unbiased, she's going to be a little less biased. Here we have the Four of Swords. Wow, which is... Has the judge asked to be resigned from the case? Ooh, 9 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Page of Wands. And the Hermit card. I wonder if the judge at some point is going to kind of want to be excused from this case. Because it's kind of getting a little hectic for her, the energy around for her. In this mix, y'all, of while this case is going on, there is somebody who's going to have there's another individual who's going to have an unnatural death. I don't know who it is at the moment. Somebody is going to have an unnatural death. There's something that's going to happen over here. Yeah, I'm going to stop. Yeah, I don't want to go into that at the moment. Sorry, y'all. I'm not going into that any further at the moment because there's going to be another unnatural death in this case, or something else is going to pop up with regards to another unnatural death, and then they're going to say like, what? It's tied to this case. You know, this case is like, I'll tell you how this case is, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. It's like when you go on those ancestry.com type of sites, and then you put in your thing, and then you start somewhere and you end up somewhere, and it's like all over the place, like so many people involved. That's how this case is. Like there are way too many individuals who are involved in this. It's just out of this world. It's just ridiculous. How far reaching. But even them, y'all, even them, they may have the influence, they may have the control, they may be the local mafia over there too, but at some point in time, power is going to shift. See, everything, there's a cyclical nature to everything in life, right? Every single thing, right? So, there is going to be like, what's the word? The planets are not going to sit in one position forever. So you all know I believe in astrology. I do astrology too. So I come from a different perspective. So everything changes. I mean, the earth is constantly like, moving around. The planets are moving around. So nothing is set in stone. So when the cycles are, progressing, changing, moving, whatever, the powers are also, there's going to be a power shift, right? It's but natural. So at some point in time, they run the monopoly, their control over that particular area is going to come to an end. Even if you look at any mafia, it's not like the one mafia lord is going to forever be, at some point in time he's going to go down and somebody else is going to pop up or such. So, that's a given. So there you have it. So I'm so sorry, y'all. I gotta stop. I want to show you this. This is a beautiful tree. Let me see if I can take a picture of this and show you. This tree is literally, okay, I just took a picture. This tree is maybe about 15 feet. The branch is maybe 50. It covers the whole cul-de-sac. This tree has been here much before I was born. Okay, so it covers the whole cul-de-sac. This one tree, it's huge. And look at this. You probably can't see it very well. I just wanted to share this. You see that? That's from my little balcony that I have over here. So I wonder, and sometimes I do open this. I try not to go out in this balcony because I know that tree is so close by the pollen and what have you. But the odd times kind of I open it for whatever, for a second or so. I know the moment I turn around and come inside, I'm like hacking and coughing and sneezing and stuff. So there must be some pollen over there. And I have a lot of, I as in like these homes around here, they have, we have a lot of pigeons, like a lot. Oh my God. There's one guy behind in another building over there. Every day in the morning, y'all, he has been doing it for years. Every single day in the morning, between 6 o'clock and 6 a.m. and 6:15, he is out there putting bird seed for those pigeons on his terrace. Let me tell you, I have watched so many times because I'm fascinated by the dynamics between two different type of birds, the crows and the pigeons. Even among the pigeons, there's a hierarchy, okay? And they're also well behaved, y'all. You'll see them all come and line up on the buildings, on the, whatever, the tree branches, and if there's any telephone wires or whatever the heck wires hanging around or poles or whatever, they'll all be sitting there, quiet, not a single sound. You won't even know that they've landed. And then he comes out and he throws the birdseed and they all sweep. You can see this, they come swooping down in batches. So that's when I figured, okay, there is a hierarchy over here, right? They come in batches, they eat and they fly off. It's not like they're there forever. They get their fill and they're gone. And then at the very end, the crows come and they clean it out, and then I see him like washing out the place. So it fascinates me. But then again, I feel it's the dust these birds carry, also all the pollen and all that. And so what we do, I know I'm ranting, this should be about the case, but you know how I like to talk. We have these silicone like spikes, it's like a strip and it's got these 4-5 inch kind of spikes. So we lay it around here so that these pigeons don't come and make nests and make a mess, because they poop all over the dang place. But here's the thing, that's perfect for them to actually make a nest. So it's contraindicative. So because it's got the spikes, they go and they break off the spikes from the other silicone strips and they make the nest, and then they go get these twigs. So it's a perfect foundation for the nest. So now everybody is saying, well, this is a big flop. What do we do now? Well, we just, all right, birds, whatever. So there's, besides putting nets or whatever, I kind of just let them go. We can't help it. So it's unbelievable. You sit there and watch. One day I'm sitting there in the bedroom. I have a nice little balcony by my master bedroom too. And I'm sitting there and watching this bird come and land on the spikes. And I'm like, how the hell? And it's silicone, so it's not going to hurt you, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, and it's pecking. I said, okay, maybe it's pecking there because there must be some insects over there between those little spikes. Next thing I know, the dang thing is actually broken off one of those spikes. What the hell? And then I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Then I go out onto my terrace and I see on another one of those strips, they're making this nest. I'm like, oh, you guys are way too smart. So, oh, Karen, thank you for asking. Bunny is fine. I think I talk to Mark every day. I think day before yesterday, he had a little bit of a situation. So Mark said, like, he got excited when I was going to take him for his morning walk, and within the house, you know how he wags his tail and he gets all excited. He said he kind of lost his balance and he kind of just plopped. And when he took him for a walk, like, he was knuckling a couple, 2-3 times. And when he got off the sidewalk, he kind of, the depth perception or whatever. So he said it was a little bit difficult because otherwise he walks a lot slower, but he's fine. He's not walking around like a drunken sailor and all that. So a couple of days ago, I think he had a bad day. So he's getting all his medicines and his, Cosequins and his this and his that. And, I'm also giving him those drops, that you give, THC drops or something, for canines. I fought it for years, y'all. I didn't want to give it because I was so scared. And of course, the veterinary doctors will be like, oh, you shouldn't give all that stuff. So I read so many reviews on that, and finally I ended up buying one particular product, which is a little bit expensive. They're like a small little bottle like that. Like, I think you get like 30 ml, I think, in it. 15 or 30 ml, I don't know. It's expensive. It's about $70. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, am I going to deny him something that could possibly help him? No. And then if you go by the dosage that they have mentioned for his weight, being an extra large dog, we'll go through that bottle in a week. And I have to also be cognizant of the cost factor. And then I didn't want to start him off with the full dosage because I don't know how his body may react. Remember, not everything natural is good for you and not everything chemical is bad for you, right? So I started off with like half a dose and he was doing okay with it. And how do I know it's helping him? Like in all these days, just day before yesterday or something is when he kind of stumbled. So he's not stumbling as often as he used to before. So I feel like it's doing him something good. And so, it hasn't affected his liver function or his appetite or his pee or poo or anything. Those are the usual things you watch out for. So I'm like, so I have it on auto deliver and we give him that. Mark was against it. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He's one of those guys, like, he has never smoked. He's never done any of these substances and clean, right? Wants to live clean, eat clean, that sort of stuff. But he loves cereal. The sugarier, the better. So contraindication right there. I mean, it's contradictory right there. So he's like, I don't know if you should be giving him all this. And I was like, Mark, I mean, like at this point in his life, let's try, even if it gives him like 5% of benefit he gets from it, it's still benefit, right? So yeah, that's where we are. Thank you for asking about him, though. I do appreciate it. And the things we do for our puppies, man, it's crazy. So y'all, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to stop with this. We'll pick it up again, okay? Yes, I am going home. Yeah, my hair has kind of grown quite a bit, right? Carrie Charles, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you here. Oh yeah, the birds, the pigeons and the doves. Yeah, they're very smart. Crows too. Yeah, I'm going to be back, y'all, stateside. Actually, yesterday I made a commitment. A cousin of mine, she invited me for lunch on the 30th. I said, oh, I'm leaving on the 30th, She said, yeah, you pack your bags and everything, come and have lunch, then you call your cab and you go. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Then yesterday I was talking to my son because he's traveling. He's like, Mom, am I going to miss you? And I said, I don't know. He said, tell me the date you're leaving. So I go and look at my airline ticket. I'm going to be leaving at 1:35 a.m. on the 30th morning, which means basically 29th I have to be in the airport. And here I am busy committing to luncheons and dinners over here. I'm like, girl. Anywho, so I'm excited. I'm glad I stayed back because I feel like I saved some money because I would have had to come back. And that would have been a lot more expensive than just paying a little extra and extending my ticket. So, but then now I'm like, ready to go back home. But in a way, I don't want to because we know what the scene is like in America. And it's like, oh my God, it's just unbelievably. Oh, thank you, Carriage House. Love you too, girl. Take care. We haven't seen you in a long time. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. But anywho, so that's my story, y'all. I'm sticking to it. Stay tuned. There's more to come for this case. But at some point in time, Karen Reed is going to be free of this whole situation. She definitely is. And being a Pisces and seeing where Saturn is at the moment and all that, absolutely, it's just a matter of time. See, I want to say when Saturn does, the 7.5 years or whatever, man, he teaches some really hard lessons. And when he leaves, and if you've done everything right, he's going to give you a gift. I mean, that's in a nutshell. But if you don't learn your lessons, he's going to be like, well, I'm going to come around again and punish you because you doofus magoofus haven't learned your lesson. So in her case, I do feel that she is going to be, and again, it's all this, it's not just Saturn, it's the other planets, where they are placed, they're all heavy hitters, right? So I am rooting for her. I truly hope I truly hope she turns around and sues all these people. That's what I'm waiting to see. So, so thank you again. Take care, everybody. Blessed be. And I will see you. What is today? Today is, it's Saturday morning for me. We'll see you on the Wednesday for members only. All right. And next Friday, I will continue with the Karen Reed series. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.